And it's 8 p.m. Welcome to the City Newsroom. My name is Vivian Lokko. Tonight I'm here with
Umaru, Sanda, Amadu. And coming up,
MPs demand full probe into circumstances that led to the donation of expired relief items to flood victims in the Upper West region by the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia.
Chinese government raises alarm over rising cases of forged documents for visas by Ghanaians.
Also coming up, Special Prosecutor makes another SOS call to the government as he continues to run his office without adequate staff and resources.
Now, the Special Prosecutor, Amadu, has bemoaned the lack of adequate staff and resources to enable him work effectively.
After the swearing in of the Special Prosecutor Amadu earlier this year, he has been in the news lately for a number of reasons, including challenges over staff strength and lack of resources. The Auditor General, Daniel Domelevo, had earlier made ominous remarks about the constraints of the Special Prosecutor's office on its work. Mr. Domelevo warned that the Special Prosecutor, Amadu, is being rendered ineffective because of a lack of resources. Despite the well-regarded competencies of Mr. Amadu as an individual, the lack of support does not augur well for the fight against corruption, Mr. Domelevo noted. Speaking earlier today at a conference organized by the Ghana Audit Service, Mr. Amadu added his voice to the call. He indicated the need for the situation to be addressed to prevent any further inhibitions in his work going forward.
It is for the public to understand that we have set up an office. We have to organize that office, have the requisite personnel. It doesn't take one day. My law says that 90 days after the assumption of office of the Special Prosecutor, pursuant legislation must be enacted. As we speak today, I have no legislation.
Let's move on to some other stories. And residents of Tarkwa in the Western region earlier today mounted roadblocks on the main Tarkwa-Takrady highway. The action was in protest of the deplorable nature of roads in that particular area. There is more in the following report.
Dusty, bumpy and thick clouds of dust entering rooms and shops of residents along the main Tarkwa-Takrady highway are what the people of Tarkwa are saying they are fed up with. To register their displeasure, the chiefs and elders of Apinto traditional area, led by the Jasehin, Dr. Nana Adakwa Bediako, this morning blocked the main Tarkwa highway. They bent ties and chanted war songs amidst singing and drumming. The protestation led to heavy vehicular traffic on the busy Tarkwa stretch. The Tarkwa highway, beginning from Wasa Aguna through Ahetiasu to Efuanta, has developed different levels of potholes. To compound the plight of residents is the application of quarry dust to fill some potholes. The quarry dust spread through the atmosphere, forcing passers-by and shop owners along the stretch to cover their faces. This Halloween experience meted out to residents of Ghana's leading producer of gold, according to Dr. Nana Adakwa Bediako, must cease.
Some areas are just asphalt overlaid. Some are development of further drains because the drains were too small. So we even have 1.2 drains that we are what do you call storm drains, quite big. Yeah, so that is added to the phase 2. But it's now left with funding.
We'll move on to some other stories, and some members of parliament are calling for a full probe into circumstances that led to the donation of expired relief items to victims of flooding in the Upper West region by Vice President Dr. Bawumia.
Why should a whole Vice President go and distribute rice? Vice President is distributing oil, onion, and so on and so forth. What is this? What is this? So Dr. Bawumia should come and apologize to Ghanaians, especially his own people, the Upper East people.
Should investigate it. Through the investigation, we'll be able to know that these are the modus operandi of those people who want to undermine. These are what they do. It's possible somebody might have these expired food items elsewhere. And then when there was an opportunity to go and, distribute something on behalf of His Excellency, let me take the advantage and exchange it.
Now, President Akufo-Addo has defended China's recent activity in Africa, saying they present a chance at development for several African states. According to him, the Chinese have demonstrated enough goodwill in support of many African countries, as well as developed nations in areas such as infrastructure and the economy.
To address our infrastructural deficit, The traditional methods of tackling this problem will not provide the answer. We're looking for new ways to resolve it. Ghana, like many countries in Africa, is forging relations with China to make arrangements to help address part of our infrastructure deficit.
Meanwhile, the new Chinese ambassador to Ghana, Shi Tengwang, is demanding collaboration with Ghanaian law enforcement agencies to halt the rise in cases of forged documents for visas by Ghanaians.
Every day there is a long queue in front of our visa section, and so the long queue is not a problem. The challenges we faced that every day when we receive the documents of the visa application, many of them are forged documents. The forged bank statement and the forged invitation letters and others.
Now, former President John Dramani Mahama officially launched his campaign today in the Central Region in his bid to lead the NDC and subsequently contest the 2020 elections. Addressing supporters of the party in the Awutu-Senya constituency, John Mahama said the party has learned its lessons and will ensure campaign funds are not diverted.
Some mistakes in campaign near that Uncle Fabi was fa echo drew nipa was a campaign no enti san your money nyina mfom so esi ye idea sua nyansa say ne be ya 2020 no yenim say enyoma no e was a national executive na ekodi regional executive fonsa no mo so mo frɛ mo constituency chairman nyina no mo show mo sa